Prepare yourself for Dork Day Afternoon, a brand new actual play podcast.
New performers! Oh, that's fun.
The brainchild of two brothers, spawned from their desire to crush the fictional hopes and dreams of their friends and loved ones.
You remember what I said about being a monster of a GM?
Someone has to be a monster, and the GM's the one who probably should be.
2 shows every week. On Mondays, coming to you from the end of the world, 2 past midnight, a Twilight 2000 4th edition campaign.
As if being in prison wasn't stress enough.
War is hell, gentlemen.
And on Thursdays, the circus comes to town with Encore of the Lost, a playthrough of the Extinction Curse AP, written for Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Valiant, no!
What is it, Pumpkin? I'm looking at pumpkins.
Roll for initiative.
Natural 20 for a total of 24.
25.
You.
Dork Day Afternoon. Listen, your life might just depend on it.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 737 for comics originally releasing on the 31st and June 1st, May 31st and June 1st, as we head into the halfway point of 2022. Drew and I are going to tell you what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Tuesday or Wednesday. But Drew, before we get into that, we took a week off. I went camping. You went out and enjoyed yourself as well. But it is darn good to be back on the pods.
Yep. I went to Lake Erie for the long weekend. It was really nice. Get to spend time with the wife and enjoy an anniversary. You got to spend time with your wife and kids, so less fun. But we both got away. Sorry we didn't get to do a podcast that week, but we're back now. And
yes, we are under the impression that absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Let's hope. Let us hope. Do you remember sometime last year when
no,
one of our listeners was doing a fundraising comic convention for his church?
It was called, I believe, New York.
It was called Hurricon. It was for the Bethany Congregational Church of East Rockaway, New York. That was for like hurricane damage to their gym from Hurricane Sandy. And now they've spun off, and they're doing a furnace con. So that was Hurricon. This is a furnace con, so they had to replace their furnace. So they're doing a furnace comic convention, furnace fundraising comic convention on June 4th, Saturday, June 4th, from 10 to 5. And it's at the Bethany Congregational Church of East Rockaway, New York. They are going to have comic books, writers, artists, toys, food, local artists, collectibles, cosplay, fellowship, and much, much more. It's Furnace Con 2022, so consider supporting that on June 4th if you're in the area. And then Hurricon will return back later this year in November, and we'll make sure to give that a shout-out as well. You can contact David Donovan, friend of the show and patron, at hurricon@yahoo.com. That's HURRICON at yahoo.com. Or give him a call, 516-209-1587, and I will put that stuff in the show notes. And he also has a Venmo if you want to donate, and it's at Bethany-Eastrock, at Bethany, BETHANY-Eastrock. And I recorded a short plug for this that will be dropping into the show later as an ad, but I thought I better share this live on the show as well, because our patrons don't hear any of our ads. So they might also want to hear about this fundraising thing. So you usually don't have to listen to the ads, but you're kind of listening to this one, so sorry.
A church sponsoring a furnace con. That's very Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, so I can't wait.
I don't know what that meant, but that sounds really good. You might have to explain that to me sometime.
There you go.
And we're at the turning point of a new month. We got Memorial Day weekend this weekend. Hope you all get to enjoy Decoration Day, as Grandma always called it. And this is time for our new catalog. So Right and fresh off the presses is the DC Connect, which is June for August 2022.
Yeah, so we've got, of course, DC out full force. Drew and I like to peruse through the previews, see if we can find anything that we think we need to talk about and make sure our people don't miss on their way through and have to try to play catch-up to get. Looks like we got all kinds of fun stuff in here, but we are going to start with good old Batman 126. And I will tell you what, Drew, DC is humming with the variants. My goodness, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus an A cover variants here. All kinds of cool stuff.
I wonder, because what they were like almost getting out of the variant game for a while. Was that Didio was getting them out, and then he left, and so they're back in it?
Yes, and then out of the other side of their mouth, they also talked about paper issues and scaling back, and none of that came to fruition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot for just a rando issue, 126.
So we've got things like the standard cover. We've got the standard variant cover. We've got, I assume that's the cardstock is the standard variant. We've got a 1 in 25, a 1 in 50, a 1 in 100, a swimsuit variant cover. The primary individual in that being Bruce Wayne. And another variant cover that I had talked about how I very much like when DC apes Marvel in their variant covers, and we have yet another example of that for that variant cover as well.
What's that aping?
That's a Spider-Man cover. Remember where he's just laying there crippled, and I can't remember who's on top of him.
Oh, no, I don't remember that one.
Anyways, yeah,
I trust you.
Cool.
I believe you.
A lot of really great covers by. We talked before about Belen Ortega. He's doing the backup art, not any covers, but I saw that name pop out. Oh. Of course, you can tell exactly which one's Jock, that 1 in 50 there. So, very cool stuff.
Definitely nice. We'd also have Batman One Bad Day, the Riddler, #1.
Tom King,
Mitch Gerrard's Dream Team back together again, with a few variants there as well.
Good old Jim Lee chilling with one.
Yeah, for sure. I like that one. I like them all, but the Dark Knight's greatest villains get their greatest stories yet. The Riddler, Two-Face, Penguin, Mr. Freeze, Catwoman, Bane, Clayface, and Ra's al Ghul. Batman's most iconic villains are all given a 64-page prestige format specials that show why they are the greatest villains in all of comic books. Spearheaded by today's top talent. So this might be a rotating cast of talent. So this is King and Gerrard's taking the Riddler reigns, but they might not be taking all of those down the road. I have it.
So we have oversized. We have prestige format. We have from the art what looks like a little bit more of a darker and adult based, but we are not Black Label.
It'd be a perfect fit, wouldn't it?
Yep.
In theory.
Don't friggin' get it.
But nothing makes sense. That doesn't make sense. I don't understand it.
Then we go into Lee Bermejo writing and doing the art for Batman Dear Detective #1.
Wow. I
an
like
icon draws an icon.
Look at that. I like me some Lee Bermejo art.
Yeah.
And so he's going to do all the variants.
Yep, he is doing the standard cover. He is doing the 1 in 25. He is doing the 1 in 50 foil. And they look so good.
They all look really good.
Yeah, it looks like we actually have the 1 in 25, 1 in 50, the standard A, and then 4 additional. So it looks like he's doing like 7 covers for this. And I want them all.
Yeah. And it's oversized. It's prestige, and so it's got to be Black Label, right? No. But man, it looks so nice. Is he doing all the interiors too?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I really love this.
So worth the in a very not Kyle thing. Probably worth the $8.
Is that one page that I'm looking at? That's the 4 pages with a note in the middle of them?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Holy Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I get very John Wick vibes from the one on the bottom right with the neon over top. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Those are like all pinups.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you those are probably individual splash pages. That can't be one page.
Yeah.
It's too much going on there.
And then following that, poor Rom V and Raphael Albuquerque with Detective Comics 1063.
If you need to save some money, there's a $5 detective you cannot get.
But backup written by Cy Spurrier.
Oh, you got me back. You got me back.
Absolutely. And there is a 1 in 50 foil variant by Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Alex Sinclair. And a very, very oddly stylized 1 in 25 by Yoshitaka Amano, which I don't know a ton about Yoshitaka Amano, but that is really cool. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to delve into that artist. Let's see here. Flashpoint Beyond number 4. We've talked about that in a few other things here.
How did I pronounce the artist?
Zermanico.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to ask you at the top. Have you seen the leaks of Xolo Maribuena as Blue Beetle?
No. For what?
So good as Blue Beetle.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
Blue Beetle a show? Are we talking about a TV show? Hello?
Yeah, I don't remember what it's exactly for, but yeah, I was looking at the pictures of it. It just looked good. It's the kid from Cobra Kai playing Blue Beetle. Super good.
Oh, no way. Okay. So this is probably like an HBO Max show?
Yeah, that's what I believe. Yeah, well, he's on set for Blue Beetle, so I can't remember.
Maybe they got a
green light that movie. Yeah,
I don't know. We should probably know that, but I don't know. Failed.
Yeah, release date August 2023. So yeah, that's for the actual Blue Beetle movie.
Okay, Blue Beetle gets a movie.
Yeah, but Xolo looks really good, and George Lopez is in it, and a bunch of really cool people. So
very nice.
Seeing those leaks made me actually quite excited.
That's the purpose of the leaks.
Yep.
Sword of Azrael, number 1. Dan Waters doing the writing. Art and cover by Nikola Ziminsky.
It's a lot of oolops and things. Shh. I don't know what to do with a Z when you put an accent on top of it.
Yeah. An S looks like a dollar sign, maybe? That's weird.
Kesha? No.
I think so.
I like the stained.
So this is.
I like the stained glass variant.
Sword of
That's
Azrael.
very cool.
Which one is that?
The first variant up top is that very stained glass appeal.
And then we're doing a Sword of Azrael, Dark Knight of the Soul. So.
Oh, jeez.
It's two things there in that area.
Two
Deceased is back.
In one.
Tom Taylor and Deceased is back.
I was reading up on this, so this
How
is the
cool
third
is
one.
that?
He did a cool YouTube video about the coming of this one and this last series in the finale, so it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, what's the concept we're going for here? What began as a battle for Earth has become a war for the galaxy as the epic final chapter. Final chapter in the massive Deceased franchise is here. The emergence of a reborn, undead, dark side and Deceased, Dead Planet sets the stage for the most devastating conflict yet for Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Okay.
We're adding a lot of lanterns in this.
Okay.
So.
I really thought we had defeated the zombies, but...
That's the thing with zombies, Drew. You just never know.
Yeah, they're like the Mafia.
Yep. Dark Crisis 3. Dark Crisis Worlds Without a Justice League 1. Philip Kennedy Johnson writing that one shot.
Green Lantern 1, right?
Yep.
So much Dark Crisis.
Dark Crisis Young Justice 3. Flash 785. And that's a Dark Crisis tie-in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we get into some all-agey stuff with DC Saved by the Bell, B-E-L-L-E, Belle Reeve #1. So we have a all-agey child interpretation of Belle Reeve.
With 50 writers on here. What's going on?
Art Balthazar, Franco, Andrew Iden, Dan Waters, Becky Cloonan, Brendan Fletcher, Tim Seeley, Brandon Thomas, Peter Tomasi, and Dave Welgos.
A lot of people on this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Poison Ivy 3 by G. Willow Wilson with some really cool covers on there, including a swimsuit variant by Joelle Jones and Jordi Belair.
I believe I enjoyed that first issue. I'm having trouble remembering it now, but I think I liked it.
Yeah.
A couple of great facsimiles. Detective 27. Duh. Gotta have that.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Sandman #1. Sold mine. So I might as well buy this.
Did you see the price on Detective 27's facsimile?
Is it $7?
$7.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Is it oversized? It's oversized, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 64.
It's magazine size.
Yeah. But it's not that much more than the 48 pages in Sandman, but it is Detective 27. So, I mean, it's the action one of it's the two big keys, right? The two biggest keys you can have. It's one of them.
Yes. Yep.
And I don't own this as a facsimile or a reprint or anything. I think I've read it digitally.
You don't have an original either?
Well, I don't like to brag about stuff like that. You know, it's. Yeah. I think this one did not just sell for like 1.9 mil or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah. A lot of Harley coming up.
Double shipped
And
Harley.
I like yeah, and her homage to the first Batman comic. Very nice. And then she homages what is that homaging? Her own first appearance?
No, that's the first appearance of Joker. Yeah, she's homaging
okay.
the Joker first appearance on that one.
Wow, so those are pretty neat.
And then there's another one, and then issue 21 is a homage to Killing Joke, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like all of those
and then I think,
homages.
20 is Robin. I don't know, probably
Yeah.
not Robin.
Not Robin, he's in that.
Batgirl,
but yeah,
maybe.
something like that. But you see, the thing that sucks is I want all the homages and all the Derek Chews. And I like,
Yeah, it's an expensive month.
yeah.
And then the homage for 20 for the annual is that.
that is
one's a
Hush.
tough one.
That's Jim Lee's Hush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 621, I believe.
I mean, I think it'd be cool if you got them all. It'd look really nice, but that's an heck of an investment, you know.
Yeah.
More
I
annuals.
think, yeah, that first one's so good. Detective 27 one.
What are we talking about? The facsimile or the first homage?
Both. The first homage, I think you have to have as well. I love that.
Yeah, there's some nice ones there. Then we got
Joelle Jones is writing your Wonder Girl annual 2022. And doing the initial cover.
Oh, okay.
That's very cool. And Marguerite Sauvage doing the cover
she does a hell of a
for
cover.
Flash Annual 1.
Not my favorite writer, though.
So with this
Olympus
Olympus
Rebirth.
Yeah, is that did those become open source
Yeah, what's
now?
that
Is that what we're doing?
I guess. This is like Zeus and all the different gods.
Yeah.
The Pantheon. Yeah. A new Shazam.
Interesting.
Josie Campbell and Doc Shaner. Oh, we're going to get more Human Target. Did we finish the other Human Target? Guess we
Yeah, it
did.
ended. We limped to the finish on that one.
So we're going to do more tales. More tales of the Human Target. And a lot of collections. Yada yada. Collection. Where's Kyle's postage stamps? Almost there.
We're heading that way.
All AG. There we go. Action and Aquaman and Batgirls, Batman Beyond, Superman, Batman Fortress. That was fun by your guy, your boy Gary Whitta. That first issue was really good. I liked it.
Excellent.
Killing Time, The Knight, Urban Legends, Batman White Knight Presents, Red Hood, Black Adam, Black Blood Syndicate, Catwoman, Lonely
Really
City.
really good cover on that Black Adam.
Let me go back. Ooh, looks like he's shooting
Almost-
up heroin.
Yeah, I was gonna say an homage to that. The junkie covers.
Catwoman, Lonely City is Black Label,
Which we don't even know what that means anymore.
and it's the final issue. So that'll be great to finish up. More DC Vampires spin-offs.
Love that Deathstroke Incorporated. That's probably the best cover I've ever seen Mikhail Yanin do.
The green one?
The Green Arrow and Deathstroke cover.
Duo.
I mean, it may be difficult because these are all, of course, tiny pictures of things.
It's tough. It's tough to tell. Jail.
Hey, we get into Nightwing. I like the Nightwing cover from Jamal Campbell. Not too shabby.
Oh, is that like a Nightwing swinging across here sign?
Yeah. The other covers have become a bit too much for me already.
Yeah, that Nicola Scott swimsuit variant is ridiculous. I just hate to
And
see.
it's fine. We just did one of these. Now we just continue to do them.
It feels like we've
I
done
guess
a
it
lot
is
of these.
swimsuit month.
Yeah, it does feel like we've done a lot of those.
Rogues, that's a dope cover for the final. Love that.
Yeah, it's been good. It'll be a really nice collection for somebody. Wonder Woman 790 cover. Boot on the face.
It's nice.
And then Young Justice comes back with a larger presence. So we've been doing these quarter page solicits. What's going on here? It's just a single comic. Why does it get half a page, Kyle?
Yeah. And even in the second issue, not even the first issue, not even like I would have put Rogues 4, like the finale
Yeah.
to Rogues,
Right?
as a big splash instead.
What's
you
going
know.
on?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
It's odd, but just in scrolling through this, it looks like you and I have put more thought into this than they have.
It does look just haphazard
Yeah.
and tossed together in some random thing. And what are we doing here? We got Batman Black and White, a detective collection, A Hush
Halloween collection,
or-
Hush collection.
Okay,
Yeah.
these are just collections.
We're slinging out Beetle. We're slinging out Nubia. We're slinging out Punchline. Slinging out the Robins that just came through. We're throwing in volume 2 of the Robins there. We're already trying to get King Shark money. We're throwing some more Titans United. Task Force Z, better give that their first edition and feature it in there. Oi. Now let's do some George Perez, Wonder Woman.
Well, you gotta do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought the whiny Twitter troll incels were just pathetic and whining about DC having too many Bat books, but they do have quite a bit out this month.
Yeah.
Like half.
Okay, what would you cut?
Well, I like it all.
Okay. I didn't ask that. What would you cut?
I mean, I'd probably
You gotta cut something.
I'd probably cut half of those Harley Quinns.
You don't believe she needs 4 books in a month?
5, right? Shouldn't she have like an annual too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's going on there?
That's true.
Yeah.
We're not cutting Dear Detective. We're not cutting Standard Batman. We're letting One Bad Day Riddler come through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, Batman Black and White. Maybe?
Flashpoint can go die.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily a Batman book.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm enjoying a lot of these. I mean, I guess the White Knight stuff played out. Of course, I'm still enjoying.
But those are small series and they move on.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by that. And we finished up DC Dark Knights of Steel or whatever. So
Yeah.
honestly, there are so many things I would cut before Bat Books is the bad part too.
Right. Which is part of the problem, I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, because like Batman Fortress is good. Batman the Knight's good. Like,
Yeah, they're really good.
no,
They put their
Sorry.
best writers on Bat books.
yeah. Maybe Urban Legends can go away. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
about
disagree.
half good.
yeah.
You think they're doing what they should be doing?
No, but I don't. As far as Bat Books, I think they're doing what they should be doing. As far as so many other things, no.
Yeah. Well, what are you looking for? What's
Black
missing?
Label, leaning hard into Black Label as a thing and showing it as a darker, bloodier Batwang version of comic books.
And consistently putting those comics under that label instead of not.
Yeah, there should be a new Black Label 3-issue series every single month. That's the featured Black Label title, and it's there because it won the ability to be a Black Label title. We've picked this out because it's so good. We've given it the Black Label moniker. We've put it in prestige format, and we're letting you have this one.
I mean, are we
Instead, it's just this could be considered Black Label or not.
right? And is it? I mean, are we doing Elseworlds for Black Label now? Is that kind of what? I don't think that's the case. I mean, I think some of those feel like they're in continuity.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. And I don't give a shit about continuity anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's so half.
Our favorite books are when Tom Taylor leaves continuity for everything.
Yeah, and it doesn't. None of it really matters. None of it's really in continuity because they always screw it up.
Amen.
And both the publishers do that. So I don't think it matters. But I really do wish Black Label would have just a presence. It made sense. You knew by glancing at it. Ooh, it's prestige format. Ooh, it's a short series. Nice creator. That's going to be a Black Label because it just makes sense. And they were doing it. I felt like they were doing it for a while, and then they just kind of drifted. And now I don't know anymore. I don't know why it is what it is, or is Black Label gone and they're just finishing out the string and they just haven't told us. Is that possible?
It's very possible.
And it's funny that we don't know. It's
Yep.
sad that we don't know. Hey, it's the good folks at Comics for Fun and Profit reminding you that nobody Patreons like we Patreon. So join us at C4FAP and go over to Patreon/ComicsFunProfit and sign up at a level of your choosing. There's various tiers with various goodies for you. Something that everyone gets at any level is you get to be a part of our Slack channel community. And you get early and ad-free access to all our episodes. But wait, there's more. So go over to Patreon/ComicsFunProfit and check out all we have to offer. We urge you, sign up today. All right, let's do some FOCs.
All right, of course, FOC is our final order cutoff. It's our last opportunity to order a few things that are coming out in just a few short weeks that we want to make sure we have in our order and are not chasing on the secondary market to get things. We get a wonderfully curated list of these things from our FOC Cowabunga Comics or Deep Discount Comics, and we like to comb through that and see if anything piques our interest. And full disclosure, Drew and I are also doing our order while we talk to you on this because we yell at each other and say, make sure we get that for us. So
We do.
just FYI.
We do that.
Let's start at the top with some of our... we don't have DC in these today.
Oh, really?
There are no DC items. But let's start with some weird Onis and Scouts and some other stuff.
Oh, because it's 5th week?
Mm-hmm.
There aren't any sometimes? I see
And the
what you're
holiday,
saying.
so who knows?
Yeah.
Yep.
I see what you're saying. Wonder if that means last week's FOC that I missed is extended.
More than likely, it was dope.
Yeah. I know I told you that the
Trade.
thing was in there. The FOC list was in there. Why can't I find? There it is. Lord.
Well, I'm looking at Vault Comics, and I'm looking at Mindset #1, which is kind of Zach Kaplan and John Pearson, and that is kind of a neat-looking book. And all kinds of cool covers for this. Not a lot of artists I know, except for David Mack. But very cool. Really cool David Mack cover as well.
My goddamn computer can't catch up. I clicked too many buttons. Now it's catching up.
I was you're just like my wife. If it doesn't work, click it 11 times and see what happens.
Maybe it just didn't really feel that mouse click. Maybe I was too gentle. Let me jam that bad boy in there. Were you
Scout Comics again with Mega Centurions, issue 1.
Did you already talk mindset? Did you like that?
Yes, I did. I thought it was kind of cool. But if you know more about it,
No, it just
let
caught
me
my
know.
eye. Just want to make sure that you touched on it.
Same here, definitely. I'm down into Marvel already.
Yeah, we were.
You had talked before how you're not real big. Iron Cat wasn't really moving the needle for you.
Oh yeah, the Iron Man Hellcat annual, which I thought was bull.
Yeah.
I'm like, Hellcat's obviously not going to move that on her own. But Art Germ variant, right?
Yep, Momoko variant. But it's so much meh for Iron Cat and then for Iron Man Hellcat, both of those.
I kind of like that.
Wonder if we'll see a bump for She-Hulk after the trailer.
Ooh, I don't know. That'd be great though.
So, give me your one-word review of the She-Hulk trailer.
I liked it.
That is not one word. Okay.
Enjoyed?
Like and subscribe.
Enjoyed?
A lot of backlash for the CGI to the point where I just saw today that they've re-released the trailer with better CGI.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until people started whining around about it. So
the memes have been so fun, though. So fun.
Is there a meme store somewhere I can find those?
Yeah, it's called the internet.
I will check. Is that www dot something?
AOLonline.net.
Can you shoot that over to my MySpace account?
That's right. I'll put it on your Friendster. Nice little Dr. Afra 21 50th anniversary Sprouse variant from. It's got the Book of Boba Fett cover. I like that. It's very cool. I want that. Let's check out the Japanese creator variants. I've liked some of these Japanese creator variants as well when they do the Star Wars stuff. And nothing special there.
What was I looking at? What's this? What did we call this variant thing? Who were the variants again? It was Jessica Jones and who? The variants.
What are we talking about?
Number one.
Oh, that's right. There's a book called The Variants. Yeah, I am unaware.
I remember it being Jessica Jones, so I'm excited about that part. Gail Simone's writing, Phil Noto. Jessica Jones. I just see her. Good enough. Good enough.
Yeah.
And that Scotty Young is pretty cool.
Very much so. And I like the Scotty Young cover with Scotty Young on the cover.
He put himself on there?
He's got himself arguing with with the variant characters.
That's great.
Yeah. Thor Lightning and Lament #1 is... If you guys can't tell, Drew and I are both having slow internet issues a bit today. Never mind. I don't like it.
So worth it.
Todd Knock, Ralph Macchio, but I'm out. Alright, heading on down from Marvel to some of our Dark Horse collections. Not really anything too crazy. A couple figures, no real comic book. Oh, Lonesome Hunters #1, almost missed one. Tyler Crook, writer and author on that one. So that's our Harrow County guy.
Big fan.
That looks like it's actually going to be pretty cool. Okay. 4-issue Lonesome Hunters there from Dark Horse. Definitely. I'm going to write that down.
As we slide into Image, we've got Beware the Eye of Odin. And that's a new comic coming out from Doug Wagner, who did vinyl and plastic. So that tells me this is going to be a weird book.
Is that bad that I don't remember
They were
vinyl and
strange.
plastic? I remember vinyl. I don't remember. Yeah.
They were strange books.
Strange can be good.
Sometimes, yep. Crossover gives us a 3D special. That'd be cool.
Heck yeah, they do.
Deadly Class 53.
Of course, Crossover's 3D special is a $9
Gotta
book.
pay for them glasses.
Mm-hmm. Glasses sold
They're probably
separately.
in there for $8.
Nah, they better be. Spawn #1 30th anniversary blank sketch cover re-release.
Makes sense.
To celebrate the 30th anniversary of Spawn and Image Comics, Spawn #1 will be reissued for the first time with a blank sketch cover to take and make people write things on.
It's the 30th anniversary of Spawn. He's well over 300. That's close to 11 issues a year for 30 years. That's pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm. Pretty darn good. And, Spawn #1 reissue blank cover. Still $2.99. I can, it would not have been passed for some people to charge $4 to $5 for that, but
Even our beloved Kirkman has price gouged and is price gouging. He has material that he already has that he just is paying a colorist for. No reason for that to be more than $2.99, but it is.
Correct. Ooh. I almost missed it. Drew. Image 30th Anniversary Anthology number 3. And my boy from Rumble
How'd they
is
get
on the
that?
front. So that's one I got to snap that beast back up. This issue features the latest installment of The Blizzard by Jeff Johns and Andre Muti. Red Stitches by Brendan Fletcher and Erica Henderson. Gehenna by Patrick Kinlan and Maruzio Rosenweig. Shift by Kyle Higgins and Danielle D. Nicola. Should have read these names ahead of time. And the final chapter of Gospel for a New Century by Wyatt Kennedy and Luana Vecchio. And Hopeless by Mirka Indolfo. Plus an all-new Rumble short by Arcuda and James Harden, Wes Craig's Kaya Dean. People.
You're excited.
Cool things. But I want more Rumble. And I got to pay $6 to get a tiny bit of Rumble. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, maybe. But, I have these... I love the idea of these, but they've stacked up and I haven't read any of them yet. Why is that? I don't know. Because they're long.
Because you read 97 books a week.
I don't. I'm 15 to 20.
There you go. My apologies. Down through the rest of the booms. I got nothing in boom jumping out at me. Red Man, number 1 from Behemoth. From the studio that created the cult TV show Ultraman, which is now a Marvel comic series and an outro show. Here is Red Man, the Kaiju Hunter. You lost me at Kaiju.
Yeah, it's done. It's been done. It's been done, son.
Okay, don't scroll down. We're into the Dynamites. Okay. We have a new number 1, and it's Samurai Sonia. Guess how far the lettering goes on the variant covers.
What do you mean?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. How far are we going?
We're going to have 8.
We're at a Y.
Wow,
We're down
that's
to a
25
Y
then, right? If I'm doing my alphabet correctly. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
That's a ton.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying...
So Red Sonja as a samurai that looks nothing like Red Sonja. Or is this a different Sonja? We've just decided to use the word Sonja. I am unaware.
H-U-Y. Yeah, that's got to be one of the most.
Okay. And we have the Samurai Sonja Boys Homage, which I like that. That is an homage to that number 1 Boys cover. So that's pretty neat. Ultraviolet is just putting pink behind the original standard A. We are also allowing for an incentive version of that Boys cover. Man, they are jumping the shark, and while the jump's in the air, they are putting another shark down.
Are they jumping 2 sharks? Is that what you're saying?
There are multiple sharks with friggin' laser beams. And the one cover I actually give a rat's about, the cosplay, isn't there. Boo on you. Ooh, but I do want to see... I love these Sheena Jungle Queen Rose Besh. I love what Rose Besh does with these. Oh, it's great. I want them all. Boy. Boy, oh boy. All right, Dynamite, you've given me your 2 cents that I get from you. From Source Point Press, we have Nook, number 1. N-O-O-K, number 1. Caleb Thusat and Marcelo Biot. Fleeing the oppression of World War II Germany, Avery and her parents moved to a remote town on the border of France, only to discover their new house is haunted by a dark past and a cat named Nook. Looks very stylized. Source Point occasionally grabs me. That's why I always check there. There's also Monstrous Book of the Dead by Gregory Wright and Shay Hanna. Click on that one because there's a lot going on there.
Which one is it?
That's just, I don't know. Monstrous Book of the Dead from Source Point. There's some crazy stuff there. So, I don't know. It sucks that we have all these San Diego Comic-Con toys that we're able to order. I want San Diego Comic-Con comics.
That would be cool.
But, oh well.
Yeah, Source Point does have a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, so make sure you don't miss Source Point Press.
Very nice.
All right, Drew. I ask you to pick an FOC item from the FOC, and this is the point where I hold your feet to the fire and say, what you got for me?
It's variants, but I don't know which cover. And
okay,
I think
it's got to be that Scotty Young.
No,
It's been a long time since
so
it's been
many
Scotty Young.
Good. They're all three are really good. I don't even know what the Witter Ashley Witter 1 in 25 looks like, but couldn't pick it anyway. But I think that Scotty Young is pretty nice. I think I'll go with the Scotty Young.
It's very cool. And I'm going to go Source Point Press, and I'm going to go with Nook #1 of a 3-issue series, just because it looks neat. And I am in a Source Point Pressy mood at the moment. But, of course, Dr. Avra, that cover B, is also calling
Nook
to me.
#1.
Nook, N-O-O-K. I want to make you try to find that cover, just for fun. Yep.
That's pretty neat. Caleb Thusat.
Yeah. Very much so. Good stuff. All right, Drew. We need to find out about Hot Bucks. We've looked at what's coming up in the future and all kinds of fun stuff. But let's head on over to our good friends at Cover Price, and I'm going to roll us through the top 10 if you do not mind. All right, let's start at number 10, Electra Black, White, and Blood. Number 4, Kevin Eastman's 1 in 25 variant. We're looking at $55 for a raw on a 1 in 25 already from our favorite Ninja Turtles artist and a guy close to my heart, good old Eastman. A wonderful cover on that, so that's awesome. Electra, of course, has the Raphael Sai in her hand, so there's a Kevin Bacon like Ninja Turtles. Raphael has a Sai, so does Electra. So I'll draw her. I like it. Thor #1 at rank number 9. Boy, we have some dope stuff coming out with this Thor coming in from Love and Thunder. Oh, I'm in love with Gore the God Butcher. After seeing that that latest trailer.
No, I'm kind of staying away from that one.
Oh, you gotta love it. Can't beat it.
I'm going to see it.
I am going to be so disappointed because I think I'm going to hate it when it comes out.
Really?
But I am flying high on it. I have expectations, and friggin' Ragnarok is so good.
I wasn't thrilled with Natalie Portman's look, to be honest with you, in the stills that I saw. So I'm like,
And I'm not trying to be a bad guy, but like I want to see Thor versus Gore more than anything else.
Yeah, they're cramming a lot
That's
in
what I
here.
want.
They're cramming a lot.
Exactly. We got multiple storylines here, and I'm just like, rawr. And like, he is currently with the Guardians. I wanted to see him chill with the Guardians, but if he's got to get back to Gore, and then she's here, and we've already planted a tree with Stormbreaker, we got too many friggin' things to do.
It seems a little crowded from what I've heard.
The gift that keeps on giving, Grimm #1, the David Johnson Virgin. These are 1 per store variants. Again, I love these covers for Grimm. They give me all the cool vibes from whatever that book was that I can never think of when it comes to actually doing things on this podcast. Very cool. Boom Studios topping those out at $56 a piece. 18 of them already moving on the secondary market. Cannot beat that. At rank 7, X Factor number 221 from 2011. Now that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has been released, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. We're going to talk about Multiverse of Madness. Actually, no, we're going to talk about Love and Thunder. Never mind. Fans are redirecting their energy towards the next big blockbuster, which is, of course, Love and Thunder. There are finally teaser trailers, images, and leaked information to use for speculation. One of those leaked images shows an individual that fans believe to be the goddess Bastet, B-A-S-T-E-T. This was confirmed last week, which set the first appearance of the goddess soaring in popularity. We tracked 15 copies on the secondary market, moving up 235% to what it was before, to $50 for high-grade Raws already on that one. So, you name it, they're going to find things and pump them up. At rank 6, we have the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen from DC Comics 1999. Last week was packed full of exciting news. One of those exciting reports shared that 20th Century Fox and Hulu teamed up to begin working on a reboot of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So this thing flew up 31 copies on the secondary market. CGC 9.6 for $85 and raw copies over 40. At rank 5, Fantastic Four 245 from 1982. This book features the first appearance of the adult Franklin Richards, son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, a.k.a. Avatar. Yes, we need more people named Avatar in this world, because I'm not already getting blue cats and people with arrows mixed up. With godlike reality warping abilities, he is one of the most powerful entities in all of Marvel Comics, whom collectors have turned their eyes to after a brief mention of the existence of the Richards children in the Doctor Strange film. Once believed to be a mutant, in this issue it's revealed that his subconscious altered his anatomy to look like it has an X gene.
That's my brain hurts.
26 copies sold. Yeah, CGC 9.8, $311. At rank 4, Sensational She-Hulk number 1 from 1989. Once again, last week, like walking into a mine full of diamonds for nerds, one of those diamonds was the long-awaited She-Hulk trailer for Disney+. Boy, that shot things up. CGC 9.8 is $284 for the Sensational. Then we have the Savage She-Hulk from 1980 that, of course, popped off again. 50 copies on the secondary market. A CG 9.8 for going for $1,150. And I could have picked this up for like $60 a couple years ago, and I didn't. I think it was a CGC 9.8 for like under $100.
Okay, all gone.
Yeah. Along with, rank 2, Daredevil 25 from 1967. Along with the recent spike of interest in She-Hulk, another green hero has got many a collector's eye. 13 years before the first appearance of She-Hulk, we were introduced to the villain Leapfrog, or Vincent Patillo. This character is believed to be briefly seen in the She-Hulk trailer. However, it could also be the son of Leapfrog, a.k.a. Frogman. 62 copies, Drew, moved on the secondary market in this book. $211 for a raw copy of Daredevil 25 from 1967. That's crazy. We also have Marvel Team Up number 121 from 1982, the newsstand variant. 15 years after the debut of Leapfrog, his son Eugene Patillo would find his father's costume. However, instead of turning into a life of crime, he decided to join the superheroes. Based on the She-Hulk trailer, many speculate that She-Hulk will be representing Leapfrog or Frogman in court. With no official news on this yet, make sure to hold on to both first appearances of Leapfrog and Frogman. 22 copies moving of this one, and CGC 9.6 at $250.
You know what this is going to be, though?
So
it's going to be a throwaway scene. Let's laugh at this character who is Leapfrog, Frogman.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be a long, involved plot with this character. It's probably just going to be a case that she wins or loses. And we're investing this much money in it. That's
Correct.
Them's comics, I guess.
Them's the comics.
At rank 11, we have Catwoman 43, the Soza Mike 1 in 25. Thank you.
Sozo Miyake.
35 copies of this sold with a high sale of 115 for a raw copy. New Mutants 25, the Stanley Art Germ Lao 1 in 50. This one is selling 23 copies with a high sale of $90 for a raw. At rank 13, we have Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8 from 1984. Secret Wars is the talk of the community after the events of Multiverse of Madness. Doubling as the... but collector sentiments pointing towards this key, doubling as the origin of the symbiote that comprises Spider-Man's black suit, which later becomes Venom, and appearing in the first Secret Wars event. This sought-after book is always in demand. According to some, this isn't technically the first appearance of the black suit. Oh, those people make me sick. But it is the book collectors pick up when thinking of that epic costume change, with a tenuous connection between the Sony Spider-Man universe and that of Marvel. Fans hope we may see the beautiful black suit if Secret Wars plays out in the MCU. High sale of $1,080 for a CGC 98.
How many copies of this book do you think you've
20.
had in your hand in your life?
20.
Different copies.
Easy.
Used to flip this
Over
whole
and over
series
again,
like mad.
Secret Wars number 3 is sparked because of the She-Hulk trailer.
I have that one. I have like 4 copies of that behind me. Why 3?
Actress Jamil's villainous role of Titania is one of these, helping the character's first appearance in this issue move 18 copies. It had a high sale of $229.95 for a 9.8. This is down from the high of $55 for a CGC 98 back when Jamila playing Titania was first confirmed in June of last year.
See, I was going through one of my old quarter box my long boxes, and I was trying to make up a Secret Wars run of everything but 8. 8 was the one I was having trouble getting, but I have like 2 full runs aside from 8, and then there was another 1 through 3 in there. So it's just like, that's pretty cool.
You can sell them. You can sell them very well.
Yes, since I have a quarter in
sell
them
for a lot. Make a lot from them. Somebody else will CGC them and wait 6 to 8 months.
Yes. Longer than that. I just saw the CGC CEO or somebody stepped out. Maybe not. I
know they were doing some hiring
information before I even talk about it.
And rush training for their graders to get
everything they do is rushed.
I'm beginning to lose a little faith in them. Not that I had that much. Spawn number 9 comes in at rank 15. Consistent rumors of Angela being introduced into the MCU via Guardians continues to drive this first appearance. 45 additional copies with a high sale of $185 for a CGC 9.8. At rank 16, we have Spider-Man 2099 number 1 from 1992. Since his first appearance in an end credit scene of Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, Miguel O'Hara's nostalgic first solo series issue has been steadily increasing in value. The movie's release, especially as rumors of a live-action depiction of the character, also featuring Oscar Isaac, continues to stick around. 35 additional copies sold with a high sale of $185.59 for a CGC 9.8. The old New Mutants 98, the first Deadpool, has resurfaced from 1991 with a high sale of $1,725 for a CGC 9.8. 12 copies sold this week. Shadow Warzone number 1 comes in at rank 18. This is the 1 in 25 by Leslie Larrix Lee. It's a new crossover event. It's just a nice cover, I'm guessing. 21 copies
very nice
sold,
cover.
with a high sale of $47.47 for a raw copy. At rank 19, She-Hulk #1, the Jen Bartel from 2022. Capitalizing on the She-Hulk buzz, this moved 12 additional copies with a high sale of $81 for a CGC 98. And at rank 20, my boy Brian K. Vaughan's Paper Girls #1 from 2015 will soon be adapted for Amazon Prime, who hopefully does a better job than Hulu did on Why.
Why'd you have to bring
It's
that up?
a BKV property and a beloved BKV property that's getting adapted and ruined. And then so
And this one's more difficult than Why. This is like way more difficult than Why, and they screwed up Why.
I mean, they're shouting out Stranger Things here, which is the obvious connection. But you know, they could go for a Goonies-esque type adventure too, and I think it'd do really well. Just don't get in your own way. Yeah, we tracked 15 copies of this selling with a high sale of $131.50 for CGC 98. But Prime's got it. So Prime does The Boys, Prime does Invincible. Both solid adaptations. So I feel good.
There you go. We got a couple things out of order here, Drew, so I think we just head on over to our good friends at comicbookinvest.com and look at their top 10.
What did I miss there?
We normally do cover price before FOC.
How did I do that?
Between our two.
Well, I've only
I didn't
done
catch it.
700 and some shows. I mean, I don't know what you expect.
They all blend together. Of course, we go to our good friends at comicbookinvest.com. We look at their top 10 list to see what they think are the big books of the week. And we start at number 1, Catwoman. Number 43, the Sozo Miyakia 1 in 25 variant we talked about before, more than doubling to over $175 for a 1 in 25. This looks to be going ever higher than that, as live prices are already higher and supply is super limited at the moment.
Do you like it?
For this one.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful cover. Polaroid, Harley, Catwoman. It's awesome. We've talked about Sozo Miyakia just hitting home runs for Catwoman. 14 books in a row. No surprise here. At rank 2, we have Department of Truth number 18, the Todd McFarlane 1 in 100 variant, already up to $175 to $200. Why do I have this color version and the foil is at the number 3 slot? Well, they deserve their own spot. This is one appearance to be much harder to find, as there is currently one listing that we could really find on this 1 in 100. And the foil, already also to $175 to $200. If Todd McFarlane puts out any covers that is even somewhat rare, it's going to be huge. This falls into that category. We don't know what the print run, but it doesn't really matter because there are not very many. So yeah, Department of Truth 18, and then heavy ratios. There are not many of them. At rank 4, we have Speed Racer number 1. Holy cow. Was a $10 book or less and is now $30 after it was announced that Bad Robot was heading up a show on Apple TV. I like the Bad Robot aspect, but am not all that enthused about a live action version of this. Bad Robot's David Lindelof, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember at the end of Lost, and I couldn't remember who it was. At rank 5, Something is Killing the Children number 21, the Tyler Kirkham variant, $100. Somehow, someway, these Something is Killing the Children variants keep doing well. Week after week, this one appears to be a fairly low supply, so bye. At rank 6, Infinite Crisis number 5, the Jim Lee cover. After 9.8s had fallen into the low 200s a month ago, they rebounded this week to over $300 after set photos showed a comic book faithful costume. Comic book people cry a lot about wanting a faithful recreation on screen, and it looks like DC did exactly that with this character. What remains to be seen is the writing.
Bad Robot is J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. Same. That'll work too. That will work too. At rank 7, Thor, God of Thunder, number 5. A bunch of books from that series are blowing up. Was just $20 to $30, now $40 to $50, with his first appearance actually going down in value this week. It is a bit surprising that Gore's origin issue is going up. Not that we're complaining, because I think the origin issue should be the second most important issue for a character, and I'm glad to see them making a comeback.
Agreed.
Now, Drew, I was pumping this book when nobody else was. Disturbed, Dark Messiah, number 1. And we're talking about the 1 in 10 and 1 in 20 variants. I'm a fan of the Disturbed band, and I thought these comics looked pretty cool. And, of course, I'm a Seeley guy, so happy to see that they're moving well. $20 to $40, respectively. Here's that guy again. He might turn out to be something special. Anyways, this tiny publisher keeps getting big-time artists to do covers for them, like Delato, Linsler, Sienkiewicz. Might be something to continue to keep an eye on here. And here we have, yet again, popping up, We Live, number 1. Slightly up in price from about $30 to $40. I'm assuming that someone either mentioned this was picked up for a show or a movie, but I could find no articles really confirming or even really suggesting this. When news is scarce, it is easy to believe the buy.
This has been hot before, though.
And Drew, this book that it's popped a few different times on different things. And a little book at rank 10, Amazing Fantasy 15. What? Wait, wow, why is this on here? It's clearly not a variant. And at number 10, what? This book is the king of the Silver Age and will likely always be a grail for 99% of all collectors. That being said, have you seen some of the recent sales? $72,000 for a 4.5, which was only $30,000 in 2020. $84,000 for a 5.0 that was only $34,000 prior, and $117,000 for a 5.5 that went for a mere $45,000 prior. These are insane increases. While the rest of us are cringing while filling up our gas tanks, some of the rich keep getting richer.
That's a great one.
Yes.
I mean, that's a great grail, I think.
Yeah. Honorable mentions, we have Catwoman number 43, the Rose Beige Virgin foil variant, from that Teenie Howard series. $200. This is not a knock on Rose. I'm sure she's super nice, but this cover, not her best, but I like it. And the
shadow of a selfie.
Yeah, it's a foil cover, so it's hard to get a good picture of a foil cover.
Oh, that's like the guy who took the picture.
I think that's
not
the
part of the art. Oh, that's
correct.
Fantastic.
Exactly. That's not part of the art.
Fantastic.
Yes. And the other honorable mention, Crime Report number 2 from 1948. 2 copies sold this week, a 4.5 for $1,500 and a 5.0 for $2,400. Triple what it sold for in 2020. Checks a lot of boxes for pre-code work. Honest question, what is going on in the world? Can you see the CCA making
Comics Code Authority?
All right, Drew. So we've looked at the things, spike it on the aftermarket, but everybody comes to you and me for the sneak peek at next week. Drew, let's look what's coming up in your comic book shops this coming Tuesday and Wednesday as we jump into June and see what's going on. Let's start over at our good friends at Lunar Distributions to see what DC has to offer for May 31st.
Yes. That's a great Action Comics annual by Steve Rude, the B cover. Kind of an
homage to
Action 1 homage, but with a like a painted style to it. Pretty interesting.
Yes. We talked a lot about Batman Beyond, the White Knight. Here we have the Showcase Edition, which is issues 1 and 2, and will feature a new collar cover by Sean Murphy, which we apparently do not have final art for even yet. Cool. So, one to keep an eye on.
Code 45 is Scout Comics, Benjamin Hunting and Joe Eng. Yep. Looks pretty good.
I like By the Horns, Dark Earth from Scout Comics. So By the Horns is a prior one, and this is the new one coming back from that from Marquesian Naso and Jason Muir. But if you're into that one, we've got a new one.
One of
on
our
that as
previous FOC picks is Justice League Road to Dark Crisis #1. The cover B. Chris Burnham, where he's sitting on the long boxes reading comics. Such a great cover.
So
It's
good.
finally out. Looking forward to that one.
And he put his name on the tape on the front of the first short box.
yeah,
I love
for
little
sure.
stuff like that.
Past the Mountain Lion #2, I believe that was a...
And that would be a combination of books that don't exist, because that book is called
What did I
Past
say,
the
Mountain
Last
Lion?
Mountain.
What the
Past
hell?
the Mountain Lion.
What the hell is wrong with me?
Stop drinking before the pod,
Shadow
sir.
War Omega #1, a one-shot. It's got a really nice John Boy Myers cover with spike to the head. That's really awesome.
Oh, wow, that's the end of DC. That's the last page. Dang. All right. So that not a whole lot coming out from our good friends at DC. So let's head on over to the rest of our stuff. Let's jump down into
What is
Image
the
and see what's
Closet
coming out.
#1? It's a new James Tinian. That's the thing he did over with Substack.
Yeah.
That could be good. That could definitely be good. Most of that Substack stuff is pretty solid. Looks like they work out the kinks over there, and then it's a pretty polished book when it comes out.
Oh, yeah. I'm, of course, drawn to the Murder Falcon hardcover. So
nice.
just FYI, if you want a nice little book with a good laugh and great covers, and hopefully they put all of the homage covers in this thing, if you can get a discount on it. If not, it's probably still worth that $30 for that
Very cool.
hardcover there. Man, that Walking Dead 40, that Tedesco cover in white, I would love to have that in a 9.8 encapsulated. That is such a good-looking cover. With the Judith and
Stephen
so-
Platt is doing covers for Walking Dead, who did some Mark Spector Moon Knights, some of the end of the Mark Spector Moon Knight run. Really, they're lower print runs, and when he was just getting started, and they're very hard to find and hot books. And you don't see a lot of Stephen Platt, so it was cool to see him doing this.
Yeah. Down into Dark Horse. Talked a lot about Stranger Things. I very much like the cover B from Stranger Things 3. The Demogorgon cover. I like Demogorgon covers. Call me cliche. Down into the IDWs. Nothing.
Let's look at Marvel then.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do a little better? We got to be able to do a little better in Marvel. I would hope. I am enjoying Ghost Rider. Those first two Ghost Riders have been good. I've enjoyed them.
Moon Knight facsimile.
Yeah, that's cool. Especially at the price it is now. Makes a lot of sense. Put that in somebody's hands. Should probably sell my remaining.
Blah, blah, blah. Down to Boom.
He flew by.
Grimm going to a second print on issue 1.
Yeah,
That's
you were a fan
awesome.
of that one.
Yes.
And back half stuff. A lot of TMNT homages.
Mm-hmm. Those are all being sold through Dynamic Forces, trying to grab some extra money.
Collecting those for you. Never Ender #1 from Behemoth. Behemoth.
Behemoth. for me.
Devin Kraft book, doing the writing and the art. Looks like a sci-fi-ish tale.
So this is a 5th week. Being treated as a 5th week, even though the first is the Wednesday. Man, there's not a
New
lot.
Think #1 is a AWA Upshot book, so it's got to be good. Greg Hurwitz and Mike Diodato with a Raza cover. Not a bad little Raza cover there. It's an anthology, though, which isn't great for specking. I like everything else about it.
More for fun, less for profit.
Yeah, Raza, though, sometimes he transcends some of the other things. Oof. I got a tough decision to make.
This is the point of the podcast, Drew, where I ask you for your pick of the week. What's the one thing to go to your local comic book shop on this 5th week and say, ooh, give me one of
Closet
them.
#1. Image Comics, James Tinian.
Yeah.
New Think is my runner-up.
I love that. It's stupid to make a cover D for Walking
Which
Dead,
one is
but I
that?
love it. Cover D for Walking Dead 40.
Oh,
The
okay.
Judith cover. Yeah. I like that. Justice League Road to Dark Crisis, that cover B by Burnham as well. Yeah, Justice League Road to Dark Crisis #1. Give me that Chris Burnham cover B with the sort of short boxes.
I still
I
have
love
that same image. I didn't get rid of it.
There you go. All right. Everybody out there, we've missed you. We took a week off, but that's all we could handle. Can't do it. So we're back at you. We hope you enjoyed stepping through all the hot books in the books coming out in your local coming shops on this 5th week. Thank you so much. Head to our Patreon. Check out Drew and myself. Yell at us on the Slack. That way you never have to really miss a week of us. You can always find us there. For Drew and for myself, see ya.
Hey guys, it's Drew from Comics for Fun and Profit, and it's time again to support Hurricon. This is a fundraising comic convention for the Bethany Congregational Church of East Rockaway, New York, sent to us by our friend David Donovan, our friend of the show and patron David Donovan. And why should you support Hurricon? And this year it's being called FurnaceCon as well, for that Bethany Congregational Church of East Rockaway, New York. Well, let me tell you in his own words. Hurricane Sandy hit my hometown of East Rockaway, Long Island. Homes were flooded, trees were toppled, boats were thrown on the mainland, and many residents were forced from their homes and lost everything. The relief center after Hurricane Sandy was located at the Bethany Congregational Church of East Rockaway Gym for months. Neighbors affected by Hurricane Sandy came in and walked out with whatever they needed to get on with their lives. Hundreds of people came to the Bethany Church during the following months, and the gym floor took a beating. The gym floor has been redone and looks great, but we still had to pay for it, and that is what Hurricon, a comic art convention, that is how Hurricon, a comic art convention, was born. In addition to housing the relief center, Bethany has hosted Next Step Ministries at the church every summer since Hurricane Sandy. Next Step went into the surrounding community and performs repairs for free. So why support Bethany Church? The church has been part of the community since 1885. The church runs the Thriftique, which is a thrift store that sells clothing and household items at very reduced prices to many low-income families in the area to come by and buy these items they could not afford somewhere else. Bethany also collects food for the Long Island Council of Churches Emergency Food Pantry and makes weekly contributions. Bethany Church is a member of the UCC and is an open and affirming congregation. That means that everyone is welcome to worship regardless of race, creed, religious affiliation, or sexual orientation. This winter, the church's furnace failed and had to be replaced. As you can imagine, this was a costly repair, and FurnaceCon came to be. What will you find at FurnaceCon 2022? Comic books, of course, but also comic book writers and artists, toys, food, local artists, collectibles, cosplay, fellowship, and much, much more. We hope you consider supporting FurnaceCon on June 4th, 2022, and Hurricon on later this year on November 11th. So we have 2 cons this year. If you're interested in supporting Bethany Church through their Venmo, you can do so at Bethany East Rock. It's Bethany East Rock, BETHANY East Rock, EASTROCK. And please include a note that your donation is toward the furnace. If you have more information, you can contact David Donovan at Hurricon, HURRICON, at yahoo.com, or give him a call, 516-209-1587. So support FurnaceCon on June 4th, and save the date for Hurricon later this year, November 11th, all to support this church's efforts in their community.